Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that is now, well, it's not exceptionally old. It is over 10 years. It has become incredibly collectible, but it is all based on the vintage Masters of the Universe action figures. Now, Masters of the Universe was a figure line that Mattel produced back in the late 1970s, early 1980s. And it was a line of toys that they produced, which became very popular, that it actually spawned a television series. The television series was called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And it eventually aired on TV between 1983 and 1985. There was 2 seasons, I think, produced with 130 animated episodes, and each episode ran for about 20 to 25 minutes. It was a very, very popular television show, and the He-Man toy, He-Man and the Master of the Universe toys, became very, very sought after and hunted down for, and it was one of the most popular lines of 1983, 1984. Now, this particular series of figures we're looking at today, or this particular one today, is a 2015 release by Mattel, and it is of that animated series, the vintage animated series, and they're all based on the characters from that original television series that aired from 1983. Okay, so this is the box that it comes in, and you can see you've got a the skull open mouth on the box there, and you've got the skeleton coat of arms in the middle, and it says adult collector at the bottom, obviously because it is for the adults rather than for the children. Now, if I just turn the box around, you can see the tower there of the castle, and you've got the same again on the other side. But on the back of the sleeve, it says He-Man and the Master of the Universe, and it contents 1 figure and accessories, consumer information, and servicemattel.com, or barcode, and the item number, which is DKC31, and the Mattel logo. Okay, that's the sleeve. Now I'm just going to remove the sleeve off of the card, and there we can see, I'm just going to move it out of the way in actual fact, and there we can see the figure. Now let me just add a little bit of light to this, because it's yeah, that's a little bit better, because it was quite difficult to see the actual figure itself. But there we go. Again, we've got the same outline of the skull, and it says He-Man and the Master of the Universe, adult collector toy, Mattel logo at the bottom, and this is, of course, of Trap Jaw. Okay, that's the front of the box. If I turn it round to the back, and there we've got an image of Trap Jaw as he appeared in that original 1983 television series, the animated television series. And it says He-Man and the Master of the Universe, and there's the Snake Mountain and Trap Jaw, and it says mateycollectors.com, where collectors are king. And it reads, based on the successful Mattel toy line, the animated He-Man and the Master of the Universe debuted in 1983 and immediately delighted young fans with unique storylines and interpretations of characters that until then had only existed in plastic. Now, many, many years later, Mattel pays homage to those thrilling episodic adventures with a collectible line of highly detailed and articulative action figures that are true to the animated counterparts by the Power of Grayskull. Okay, that's the box. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to open the box. I'm going to take the figure out, and let's have a look at the figure outside of the box. Okay, so I've removed the figure from the box, and this is what we got. Now, he does come with this marvellous, rather nice backdrop, which you can see there of inside the castle, with the lamps lit and the staircase. And it's at the bottom, it's got copyright 2015 Mattel, all rights reserved, and you've got the part number at the bottom over here. But it's a great backdrop to stand your figure in. So let's have a look at the figure. Now, does he come out, or is it? No, I can't take him out, unfortunately. As you see, all this strapping is holding him into position, and there's no way that we can open that and put him back in without having to snap the bands that hold it into position. But we can look at the figure anyway. So this is trap jaw. Now you can see that his jaw does open, his head does move, come down. There's his face. There's his weapons on his arms. Now the weapons are interchangeable, so you can take off this piece and add on the bow there, or you can add on the swat. They just connect just below this joint here, so that just pulls off, and then the other two accessories can be pushed on. Obviously that particular arm only goes up and down. There's no other articulation on that side, but on this side you've got the whole ball joint of the arm, you've got the elbow, the top of the arm, sorry, you've got the elbow, and you've got the hands fully articulate. The waist obviously goes up and down and turns from side to side. The top of the legs move. You've got the knee joints which move, and also the feet. So there's an awful lot of articulation, as well as the head which moves around, and also the jaw that opens. So an awful lot of articulation on this particular figure. So absolutely amazing articulation, and he really does look the part of the character as he was in the animated series back in 1983. And there you can see, I zoomed right in on him, on his face there, and there you can see he just looks absolutely splendid with that trap jaw which drops down and opens and closes. You can it's a bit difficult why he's got his head in there, but you can see you can do it. And then there's the robotic arm with the attachments, and that one's, I'm not quite sure whether that's a gun or a rod or whatever it's supposed to be, but you can take that off and add on the bow, or you can add on the swat there. And there again you can see all his bulging biceps in that arm, and all the articulated areas of that arm and waist and chest, down to the tops of his legs, again all that articulation, down to the knee joints, and finally down to the feet. So absolutely splendid figure, terrific detailing, and fantastic amount of articulation. Okay, let's just get some measurements, because I think these were the 7-inch figures. So looking size wise, we are looking at 7 inches, which if we turn it over, it converts to about 16 centimeters. And if we measure across his arms, we're looking at about 9 centimeters. And if we depth wise, if we measure here, we are looking at about 4 centimeters deep. That gives you an idea of the size. And back, of course, that's how he stands at the back. So you can see the joint there in his back. You can see the joints around the back of his shoulder blades there, and this one here, even though it's the mechanical arm, and then the tops of his legs and the backs of the legs at the top, and the back of the feet. So it looks absolutely splendid there, even back with front. As I say, if I was to have this figure on display, I would take him out of the plastic surround, but I would keep him in the display area here. I would just put a little bit of tape on the bottom there to keep those flaps closed, and I would just display him in that particular backdrop, because it just looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Okay, so there we have it. How well did these figures do in 2015, I hear you ask? Well, these figures are very limited. There was only a small quantity of these produced. I don't know the final figures, the actual numbers rather, but they were very limited, and they were only run for a very, very short amount of time. Full limited edition these were, and they were released solely based on the original animated television series. So very limited, very collectible, and very difficult to get, especially nowadays. even back when on the release dates, they were very difficult to get because most of them were pre-ordered. So yeah, sold exceptionally well. And remember, these were for adult collectors. They're not toys for children. They are for the adult collectors. So really, when Mattel produced these for the child that was a child back in the early 1980s or the late 70s, early 80s, who are now probably grown up. Well, they certainly will be grown up probably with families and children of their own. But these are more geared for those people that were the children of the original range of action figures. Okay, so let's move forward to 2025. So we're 10 years on from when these were actually released. Do they come up for sale very often on the platforms? The answer to that is no. You do get the odd occasional one turn up on the platform, but not very many. And when they do appear on the platforms, they are very, very expensive because they were such limited runs, and they're very, very collectible. And as I say, very difficult. Trapjaw, I couldn't find any of this particular one on the platforms. I did look. I went back a couple of years on the platforms, but I couldn't find any of this particular figure. So some of them do come up. Don't get me wrong. When I say I don't find any, I didn't find any in the mint sealed condition in the packet. There was a couple of Trapjaw figures that were loose. Now, whether they are actually from the same collection or not, yeah, that's a bit debatable, as I'm not sure about that. But you can find some loose, but actually finding them like this, sealed in the box, is very well. I couldn't find any of this particular figure, not in the last 2 years anyway. And also, as always, if you are going to order on a platform, be careful because they use stock photographs, and what you see may not actually be what you're about to order. So do be very careful. If you see used, click on it and read what that says, because if there's no new available, it automatically goes to used on most of those platforms. However, we at Midas Touch, we do not believe in stock photographs. So the images you see on our website are exactly the items that you will be receiving. We don't muck around with stock photographs, and also not to mention that all of the new items that we upload onto the website also have the accompanying YouTube videos. Some of them, or most of them, have the links from the website to the YouTube video. But if it doesn't, if it's missing, you can always go onto our YouTube channel and key the description in that's on the website, and it will bring up the video for that particular item. Okay, so this particular figure is now, as of today, currently available on the Midas Touch website. Just before I tell you that, though, just to mention that these were stock finds. We did buy out a very highly regarded comic book shop. We bought out all their stock because they closed down, and amongst that stock was 2 cases of these Mattel figures. So we do have rather a lot of them that have never been out of the case. They are all case fresh, and we do have, well, we're working our way through putting them all onto the Midas Touch website. And as of today, this particular one, Hinged Jaw, is now available on the Midas Touch website. We do have a couple of this particular figure. But I don't expect they're going to be around for very long. So if it is one you're looking for, get onto the website and order it up very quickly, because it's not going to be around for very long. And you can get to the website very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Master of the Universe figures, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on our website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely sure that you're not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next video we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Mattel Master of the Universe hook or trapjaw figure with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.